Hello and welcome to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where we have some pretty good news, actually great news for comic fans. It seems as if the DC Comics Milestone Revival is actually going to happen. Let me tell you a little bit about Milestone Comics before we get into the story. Milestone Comics was founded in 1993 by Dwayne McDuffie, Denny Cowan, Michael Davis, and Derek T. Dingle to address the underrepresentation of minorities in American comics. They wish to address that with hiring minority creators and also making minority heroes such as Hardware, Icon, Static Shock, Zombie, really great characters. Well, DC Comics in 2015 announced that they were going to revive the Milestone universe by putting it in their multiverse, in an Earth M, where earlier Milestone characters would commingle with new ones in an Earth M imprint. And it was one of those, when it first came out, it was very vague. They said things were going to be published annually, that there'd be mini-series and one-shots, but that kind of just died on the vine for 2 years until October of 2017, when it was announced that there would be a Milestone imprint coming out, featuring 5 titles: a Milestone book that would be an Icon and Rocket book, a new Static series, a duo book that would feature the character Zombie, and 2 other new titles, Earth M and Love Army. Well, the problem is Dwayne McDuffie's widow, who owns 50% of the Milestone Comics IPs, she did not appreciate that she was excluded from this. They did not get her involved, and she sued. And it seems as if everything's been wrapped up in lawsuits. Well, it seems, though, that Denny Cowan has said today that everything's a go. Things have been worked out, and they can go forward with this. And he said, as you know, we were involved in a lawsuit that everyone read about in the papers, even though, print's dead, Denny. They made, if people care to read about that kind of stuff, not everything that was printed was true. So I might have even said some things that weren't true, but there was still a situation, Cowan told CBR. Well, that situation has been resolved to all parties' satisfaction. So we're all happy, and the person that had an issue with us is happy, not mentioning who. We're all together. We're all friends. We're all good. And DC and Milestone were going forward with their plans after a very long delay. And just when we were starting to pick up everything again is when the pandemic hit. So we ended up having that. Now, the promising thing about this is the next quote that he says, but that hasn't really stopped work from progressing. I can't say anything really big right now. Some of the stuff had already been announced a while ago. I'm sure that it are those books that were announced in the whole Earth M probably, and we're still proceeding with a lot of those things. Cowan continues, there's going to be some new things that are going to be announced. But for all the people who are thinking about Milestone, we thank you for your continued patience. There will be stuff to see. There will be stuff to see relatively soon, and hopefully people will be back on the Milestone bandwagon. I never got off it, and it'll be good because I think that now it's needed more than ever. And I agree with that as well. And this is one of those things that this probably would have been a San Diego Comic-Con announcement, but with all of this shutdown and things and having the virtual cons, who knows when and if, and then, they're going to do this sort of deal. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the books. I'm looking forward to jumping back into the Milestone universe, see what's going on, see who the creators are that they get for these new books, things like that. I think Denny Cowan is a gem, even though I tried to find one picture of him smiling. You can't find many. He doesn't smile that much, but I think that he is probably smiling right now because of this going forward. This is something that he has been wanting to do for quite some time. And it seems like all of the things that I had seen up until now, he was getting very frustrated that things were being held back, legally and all that. But it's pretty cool. This is pretty cool news. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know in the comments below if you are as well. I hope you are. I hope that everybody's pumped up about this. This is something fresh and new that we can all get behind. And so, yeah, let me know. And if you like this video, subscribe, like it. Look at all the links below in the notes there where you'll see all the links to weird science stuff, websites, podcast, our Patreon, where you can support us for these videos and also all the other things we do. But thanks, everybody. Let's look forward to Milestone and see you later.